Redline logbook here for chapter 23 of Wistoria. We start off where we left off with the attack by the demons. Will is currently still on the bench when he recognizes the summoning circles from the 11th floor and decides to rush in to help. So people are just being obliterated left and right. Also, these things actually aren't demons. There's something else from the deep floors. They're called diabellos. I'm assuming they're related to demons, that or dinosaurs, but either way, there's something else altogether. Now, the two most powerful mages in the area at the time, besides the Mage Wanda, who are back in the tower, are Logs and Kirui. Kirui and him are currently working together real quick. She'll hold the demons off with her guardians, while he and the rest of his mages cast a massive spell to kill them all. And she's able to summon 5 guardians at once. They're stone golems, which means she most likely uses either clay or stone magic. Also, kind of absurd that she can summon 5 at once. That just shows the difference in power between a student and someone who's a high mage in the tower. And then Loggins casts a massive spell to incinerate all the demons. And as you can imagine, Will's friends are dumbfounded by all this. Thawne is impressed by Kiruin's ability to summon 5 guardians, and Julius is impressed that Loggins can one-shot a monster from the deep floors. Unfortunately, the monster doesn't die. This actually surprises Loggins, who then blasts it again, thinks it's over, it doesn't, and he keeps firing at this point over and over again, but the magic isn't working, and the fact is, it's because the monster, in fact all of them, are carrying the Mage Killers, those swords that are able to absorb magic. And that's when the monster just cleaves Loggins in half. This man's been in 3 chapters and maybe a dozen panels at most, and he's already dead. All we know about him is his name. We don't even know his personality, so that was damn fast that he died. Kirui is the first to figure out what's happening. At first she thought that they were immune to magic, but then she realized no, they're nullifying it. And then one attacks her from behind, she's able to dodge it, and she gets a good look at the sword and goes, oh, that's what it is, the Mage Killer. So it's clear that everyone in the tower and the academy who are higher-ups are been told about this. Speaking of the academy, we jump over to that with the professor and a bunch of the teachers, and they're asking if they should then help out the townspeople, but the principal's like, no. If they were able to mass produce the Mage Killers, then they can only have one target, especially if they're attacking now when the Mage Wanda are weak. They're going for the Mage Wanda themselves. That's when some of the monsters breach the walls of the school, and it becomes quite clear that their target is in fact the Mage Wanda. She then orders the protection of the tower at all costs. That's when we actually get to see the top of the tower with the Mage Wanda and their personal assistants. They're getting reports of what's happening, and they're all pissed, as you can imagine, because they all know that they're the targets. It's obvious. This would be the best time to kill a member of the Mage Wanda. Logwell, Carryot's personal assistant, then says that they should go there and start helping the people. He recommends going in full force to protect as many people as possible, but that is when King Aran tells him to shut his mouth. He even calls Edwin his greatest disappointment, which implies that Edwin was probably part of the Light faction before moving over to the Fire faction. And this is not an idle threat. He threatens to actually remove Edwin's tongue for suggesting something like that. And the reason why the king is so infuriated by this is because he's not willing to risk the world to save us one town. Straight up, he's willing to allow this entire town to be annihilated to prevent a single Mage Wanda from dying. Because it is revealed that if a single Mage Wanda dies, the barrier holding up the sky is destroyed. Not all 5 being killed, 1. If 1 dies, the world ends. That's such a risky system to have. And so, the king declares that the Mage Wanda are not allowed to leave this room. If this problem is going to be solved, it's got to be solved by the people down there. Iris starts to freak out because, well, there's nothing she can do. People are being slaughtered. The monster's defeated a high mage, and things are just getting worse and worse as they goes along. And that's when she sees a mother and her little girl about to be killed by a monster, and Iris does everything she can to blast it with magic, but the sword just keeps absorbing it. And all Iris can do is just beg and beg and beg for these people to be saved, for the monster to stop. It brings down its Mage Killer, and right before killing both the mother and daughter, its arm is cut clean off. And standing there is, of course, Will. Iris actually calls him senpai again. The thing is, this time, I don't think it was acting. I think she legitimately is looking up to him at this point. Because before, she was just studying him and recognized his talent. But right now, he's literally the only one who can save everyone. Because he's the only one who isn't a mage. He's a sword. Alright, if you enjoyed this video, subscribe, give a thumbs up so you can enjoy more Wistoria and other many things. Thank you, and have a great day.